Empty barrel makes the most noise, right?
Yeah, that proverb is there too.
See, say, Obi here there doesn't mean say yes, it adds some sort of way grammar to the event. But it doesn't also mean say as far as I know, a loud mouth needs to know. He deserves it. When we are looking at the criteria, who deserves it, who doesn't deserve it, based on what I saw online. Yeah, share whoever deserves it should take it. Me for this year, artist of the year, I'm not for anyone in particular.
Hey.
Oh yeah, because Omunya, at least Stone deserve. King Promise deserve. The three of them. King Paluta also deserves.
Oh, okay.
So anyone who merges out to be the artist of the year,
you'll be okay with it.
I'll be okay with it.
Okay.
So the PR only comes in as a bonus.
The advice there, the people that are going to take this advice, if they don't apply enough wisdom, this industry, it will be disastrous for them. You see, the only part that I will agree with him is even focusing on honing your craft and bettering yourself.
So if he goes your direction, he is thinking that he is focusing on the money. Meanwhile, you are talented. You are there already. So your focus now should be how to make money from it.
Yeah.
Because if you don't have talent, you won't make money. So telling people that don't focus on the money too much, those who are focusing on the money, they already have the talent. They have it. They are making bangers, they are making money because of their talent.
Exactly.
So harnessing what talent again? The only way that what he is saying will make sense is that he is trying to tell us that if you are not a musician, if the person is not so into music, don't listen to them. Because if you listen to them, you are focusing on the money. That's what he is saying. For you to even get the fame that he is talking about, you should have the talent.
The misleading part is what has been boldly highlighted.
Yes.
And that is where the focus would be, unfortunately. We live in that time. We live in that time. That is why sometimes it is good that if you get the opportunity, at least you should also try to counter or give a certain information that may also neutralize. So if by chance somebody comes across this, the probability that they may come across your response may also be there and may neutralize that effect of people also having some misconception about you. But as I'm dear, you see, I agree with you. Like, it is not necessary. There's no need for you to bring such a conversation in the space because it may not have any, it may not bring any proper impact. If we are to go into it, the only thing that will bring would be hurting people's feelings. That would be the only thing. And is that necessary? No.
Ride or drive with Shaxi. Download the Shaxi ride-hailing app and sign up as a driver or rider. Get Shaxi today from the Google Play and Apple App Store today.
All right, so we were having our conversation and the director tells us you have to start work. So we are starting work. Good evening. This is Showbiz Daily. My name is Sammy Flex on Sammy Flex TV, and my charges are here for us to talk. Usual suspects on a Thursday evening with a doctor playing from the left position, aka Clifford Bano, aka the Zoo Maker. Open too much. Clifford Pemoasem too much. I don't understand why Pemoasems are. Well, one day you'll be a zookeeper, no problem. If he doesn't keep to that, he becomes the zoo. So then we keep him. And Tim Dodi Solomon is also at the other side, aka Chemo, as well as Roland Amate. Yes, yesterday I told you Roland was on a duty somewhere in Kofodia on Shags. So today he's back to occupy his favorite seat. And to the team of producers, we are here to do it our own way. Theophilus Digosh, there's that, as well as Sam Tuga. You are part of the show. So once again, welcome. Drop your comments. Let's read them. And after that, you know what we can do. Now, let's go straight into the stories. One we will start with will be about TGMA because we have just about 2 days to the main event. And conversations about it at the moment is not very high. Conversation not at its peak compared to some weeks ago where the PROs took center stage, but now looks like up and down small. Some people have activated it thanks to DJ Slim aka Obolo DJ as well as King Paluta. Someone would argue, those people from that side fighting themselves. We thought it would be the Ashanti region and the Greater Accra and that competition goes on, but this time around, and it is happening. What actually happened? According to DJ Slim, he thinks any other person who would win in the Artist of the Year category in the TGMA, apart from either Stonebwoy or King Promise, is a flawed decision. He actually tweeted this, and without much ado, let me go online to read some of the tweets he put out, then we can start talking. It says, I'll be disappointed in Ghana Music Awards if they give the Artist of the Year award to anybody apart from Stonebwoy or King Promise. You can't show less interest in the scheme and expect to be awarded. This nonsense must stop. This did not actually sit down well with King Paluta, who decided to fire back. And he said, Father, he still respected him though. Says, Father, this be loose talk. Do you know what he wanted to actually say? He said, Father, this be nonsense. But he wanted to look good. He said, Father, this be loose talk. So they should award based on PR and not metrics. If someone doesn't campaign and he deserves it, they shouldn't give it to him. Then for delete you all from the industry. Oh wow, that was that point. That's the headline. No, then for delete you all from the industry. Then DJ Slim did not like the response, so he also came back and he said, "I go delete your dreadlocks. Have you seen the energy being exerted in the race by King Promise and Stonebwoy? You are coming against these big acts and you want to relax? Asuo, sit up. Your days underground is over. This is the big stage. Go hard or go home." Let me read what DJ Slim is talking about. Is he saying that King Paluta has been relaxing?
Yeah.
After all the noise, what's his name?
Portfolio
did for him.
According to what he's saying, that's what it means. Of course.
But when they are fooling, we have to correct them.
Yeah, for sure.
I beg, take this up for your Asantism.
The thing I disagree with Slim.
Yeah.
Even the initial comment that he made, I disagree with him.
Yeah.
The point is, how do you measure someone having less input in the award scheme? How? How do you measure that?
Because he sees King Promise and Stonebwoy's people making noise all over.
Yeah.
The rest of the people are not, so they shouldn't win.
So the rest of the people, what are they doing that you think it is not good enough for them to win? Just about PR, just about talking about the award scheme. Like how do you measure that? I mean, there's no way to measure that thing. You see, whatever that King Paluta has done, that's what he wants to do. So why are you going to measure and say that you have not done enough, so we can't give you the award without you considering the work that the person has done? How? So for me, I think the basis of his argument wasn't good enough for me. He could have said that he would be surprised if Stonebwoy or King Promise don't win this because they have done so much that he feels they deserve it.
It will reflect.
Exactly. But for you to skip them and go at those that are, in your opinion, they are not doing good enough, I mean, it's a wrong basis for you to even start the conversation. So for me, I think he got it wrong from the beginning. That's why I'm not surprised that King Paluta came at him. King Paluta was looking at the other factors that you are ignoring.
Fact.
You can't say that the best PRO or the best person with
Who made noise?
should win the award for what?
Automatically.
It's so bad. I mean, the argument is so below par. Like he said, it's a loose talk. I'm just repeating Kim Paluta.
Yeah.
It's a loose talk. Slim can do better. I mean, you can share your views that you think what Stonebwoy has done or what Kim Promise has done, they deserve to win it. But for you to say that some people are showing less interest in the scheme, how do you measure less interest and huge or big interest? How? There's no way to measure that thing. It's just an illusion for you to look at what is happening and say that this guy is showing more interest than this guy, so this guy should win. I mean, how? So I think his basis for going that direction is wrong. But nobody will have issue with him if he says that because of the high interest coming from these camps, I think they deserve to win it.
Okay. Or if they don't
win it, I'll be surprised. Exactly.
Yeah.
He can go that direction, and I'll be with him if he says it like that. But if he's going after someone not showing big interest, but we don't have any way to measure what the big interest is or what the less interest is, then there will be a problem. Because there are other factors, like Kim Paluta pointed out in his response. Why are you not looking at the metrics? If Aseda is everywhere, including churches, in fact, some pastors were punished for singing Aseda in their church.
Yeah.
Such an impact, and you are talking about somebody talking yoka on radio so that they deserve it more than the person doing the main job. You can say that they have done enough and they have shown enough interest, so they deserve it. But don't point out somebody that you think that they have shown less interest. How do you measure that? So I'm with Kim Paluta on this. I think DJ Slim misfired and he should come back again.
Clifford Bano, take over. Let me get your opinion on this.
Yeah, I think it misfired, as Chevo said, because I went back to Google the criteria with media winning the
Artist of the
year. And it's not just a PR.
And look at the encounter.
Because I see the one highest audience appeal and popularity, commercial success, significant nominations, radio play, streams, social media. So these are the metrics are almost share. And they are awarded whoever is the best. Why would you just sit there and say PR? In a sense, someone can relax under the year of review on your share. No go now just what I before movie say empty barrel makes the most noise, right?
Yeah, that proverb is there too.
See, say obi here there doesn't mean say yes, it adds some sort of way grammar to the event. But it doesn't also mean say as far as I know a loud mouth needs he deserves it. When we are looking at the criteria, who deserves it, who doesn't deserve it, based on what I saw online. Yeah, share whoever deserves it should take it. Me for this year, artist of the year, I'm not for anyone in particular.
Hey.
Oh yeah, because at least Stone deserve. Kim Promise deserve the three of them. Kim Paluta also deserves.
Oh, okay.
So anyone who merges out to be the artist of the year,
you'll be okay with it.
I'll be okay with it.
Okay.
So the PR only comes in as a bonus. Because I don't know, if you'll be onion, I'll be put so vote who push him to go and vote, or be onion, I'll be so baby who push the. So that's the only aspect that your PR stance could be as an advantage to you. But it's not like ultimately the reason why you should be awarded artist of the year. It goes beyond that. And more should be looked at. Yeah.
So you are okay with Kim Paluta's clapback?
Oh yeah.
Okay. Ro, take over from there. Thank you, Clifford.
DJ Slim, with his position, his caliber, and the type of person he is in this industry, making such a statement indeed is a loose talk. In fact, it should be treated with the contempt it deserves.
Whoa.
We should find a big dustbin far away in the hinterlands, put it in and bury it deep into the ground.
And flash it.
In fact,
Then we may need to have contract with Zoom Live.
Our Bastard Boys.
we need Bastard Boys.
Master.
Zoom Live.
Malik Basintari will come from. You see, I'm saying this because I was expecting somebody who probably may be so ignorant about the operations of the scheme to come and make such a statement. I'm not sure Ken Paluta would have been bothered. If an ordinary fan who probably may not even be so much inclined about the industry and its operations make such a statement. Of course, to them, it is mostly what they hear or the output or the noise that sometimes drives them.
Okay.
So if such a person makes such a statement, of course, you may not fault them a bit because maybe they may not even be having the details or the criteria or the rules of engagement of the scheme.
Okay.
So to them, that may be their own way of deciding to them who deserves it. And that would be fine. But to somebody that is closer to action, to somebody that is considered as an academy member, to speak like that, it's a disgrace. Because there are rules of engagement. And they are telling us to forgo all the rules of engagement and go and consider something that is even extra. That may not, under normal circumstances, even considering the rules of engagement, may not even have any bearing
Yeah.
Yeah, of course.
on the scheme.
Yes.
Yeah.
You want us to go and consider that? Oh, brah, I didn't come on here, Of course, because we are talking about the year under review. And that year under review is 2024, not 2025. So you can break your neck in 2025. It may not reflect, but may reflect in 2026. So why would you want us to consider that? Yes, of course, we understand it is just an added bonus.
But how do you measure someone's interest?
You see, I don't even want us to go there because his definition for the interest has to do with the kind of noise and the hype you make around it. That is the bottom line. So for the measurement there, I wouldn't want us to go into that details. But my point is that we all know that if it is a competition, whatever noise that you do or the hype that you build is just an added bonus to whatever you want or how you want to play your politics. But is that what is being considered as the main factors? If your answer is no, then there is no need for you to even start this conversation at all. If your answer is no, then there is no need for you to start the conversation at all. Then in the category definition, they should tell us that it is your works in the year under review, your audience appeal, your whatever, getting the higher numbers, and including the hype you make after getting nomination. They should add that clause to it. Then we know that, okay, this is part of it.
But the hype is not under the year. It's not under year of review.
No.
So then why should that be?
Yes.
No, I'm saying, if that is the case.
If the hype is even part, I'm from here the day I walk pull box man or one other. Chada anye de or the
So my point is that if it is not part, and we all know that under normal circumstances, it is supposed to be irrelevant. You see, it is these people who would push people whenever it is time for Grammy. Go and post for your consideration, Meanwhile, the CEO himself was here and was very blunt and plain as the sky, telling you that the noise that you will make, whatever that you do, if you like jump, do publication from here to the Atlantic Ocean, it may still not have any bearing. It is these same people that will tell you to forgo that and still make the noise.
Yeah.
For how many times have you seen the likes of Guilty Beat make noise about their for your consideration thing? But they have been so far some of the Ghanaians that have had the highest nominations in terms of Grammys. But the ones that we will break our neck. You see, this is when we let go of what like the SSA, you know, actual things and go for the irrelevant stuff. Hype and optics, they too much. Ningina can affect your artists even outside whenever they step out of the shores of Ghana. It is part of it because some of these people will always push them to go for the irrelevant stuff. I've seen an artist works in a year under review and I'm seeing Grammy publication. And I was like, no wonder Bakubi PMO Udiamba or because in the year under review, it is part of your achievement. Grammy publication.
Well, I think Roland is really getting angry. But I also see something else. If you pay attention to what DJ Slim tweeted, he did not talk about PR per se. He said those who are not showing interest.
Okay.
But when King Paluta responded, he talked about, is it because of PR? Then I'm asking myself, over the years, so over the months or weeks, portfolio has been doing the PR thing for
Strongly
him.
Paluta, yeah.
So even why should King Paluta come and talk because of PR?
Because he mentioned only 2 people.
Because he mentioned
He said King Promise and Stonewall.
No, I get it. Then he said, King Paluta responded and said that, is it because of PR? That's what I'm saying. If you are talking about those who have done PR, him, King Paluta, he is part of it.
Of course, that is why.
So why would he say, is it because of PR?
It is one of the
Because
reasons
he has
Because
taken
he
him out of the potential winners.
And
He's
because
only
of say
selecting
he showed no interest. But I will still ask DJ Slim a question. Say, if he wasn't interested, can I file for nomination?
Because King Paluta shouldn't see himself as not doing enough PR.
No, you
Yes.
see, it is one of the
So
reasons
it
why.
is surprising not to mention him about those who
Even
have,
when you want to talk about PR.
who have interest in the thing. So if you eliminate him as not having enough interest in the scheme,
In terms of
then
PR,
he will
And
mention certain
again,
things.
you, DJ Slim, your guy is MC Portfolio. You have seen what he's done for King Paluta. So what are you saying?
you see,
He's saying that they have not shown enough interest.
So is he saying that his guy Portfolio did not do anything?
No, he did something, but it is not enough.
not
That's
enough.
why I was saying.
compared to what the other
In
two.
fact, that's why I was saying that. How do you measure enough interest?
Okay.
Because look
Yeah,
at
enough
what
is-
Portfolio has done.
Yeah.
But he's still saying that it is not enough. So how do we measure enough interest?
You see, it is one of the reasons why
Okay,
Paluta
let's
vex.
move on,
Paluta vex more. No? That intina, you see, in Paluta's response, he didn't want to dwell on the PRO, but he brought that information in because of where Slim was coming from. But you see, in his conclusion, he asked a very brilliant question that if the person deserves it and doesn't make noise or doesn't hire a PR,
And the person not win.
exactly, because he expected Slim to know better and not go on that tangent.
Well, there are other stories that we have to look at in today's edition of Showbiz Daily, and I'm sure we have to continue like that. Shatta Wale has been in the news. He's put on his socials. They call for a conversation, and I want us to look at one or two of them before we move on. OMG Voice, that platform, I thought they were even dead.
Sure.
OMG Voice, they made a post quoting Shatta Wale as the person who had said it. Meanwhile, in Shatta Wale's books, in Shatta Wale's knowledge, he doesn't remember anywhere talking about something like this. They have captioned the quote, "I have never seen a teacher driving a Rolls Royce." And they actually wrote a story in addition that says, dancehall musician Shatta Wale has said that he does not see any sense in the saying that without school one cannot become successful. And that is what he said.
Yeah.
Now, Shatta Wale comes back to say, "I won't go and waste money to get a lawyer to fight these industry motherfuckers or even sue them. Like I will take that money feed street because these fuckers behavior will always go with WNT."
Oh no, can go nyashi.
And I hope you know WNT. Now, over the weeks or days, like for the past days, we have seen some unnecessary attacks on Shatta Wale's brand. We've seen some people putting out this and that here and there. While some fans will be pushing Shatta Wale, take them on, take them on, take them on, including a quotation that Shatta Wale has not said. This is a raw report from a platform in Ghana that Shatta Wale has not said. Then they come back to write something different elsewhere. Then Shatta is saying he is not going to change them. Oh, they should continue fooling. A friend take a Kashen Kodru. How is the continuation?
Emma is
Emma is Sumunru. Kashen Kodru. Emma is Sumunru. Now, I want to come back to my point and ask. When Shatta Wale says he is not ready to take them on legally because them fuckers don't have anything, do you guys agree or he should change his stance? Clifford, let me start this with you.
I would say for now, that could be his stance. But you can't insist on that in the near future. As someone okay, say, Kashenko, you keep going. Be careful you don't fall as a victim. A chill one already, I say. Because Shatta is someone I can't predict. Though I can. And but you should also check with caution. And then you want best sorry, no. And I want best sorry, no. Or the chill was a yes. And he will trap you at. The guy is a well calculated guy. If you study Shatta all along, it's well calculated. He might be taking some actions that today you won't understand. It may not make sense to you. But in some few months, you realize, Charlie, the guy said not on him they know. So this statement now on no I don't really believe him like that.
You don't believe in what he said?
He said like that. For now, it may be okay. But then if you are part of those people, be on the watch out. Let me touch you anytime.
It can turn.
Thank you. So you have to be careful. And fine, he may not go to the law court. Now we all know better no. It's in law court no po.
Another fine.
Yeah, what very who's there? It's not very careful.
Okay. The WMT factor.
Yeah, we're born your mama.
I'm telling you. Who's there? Shatta is so smart. If you show I say who is me.
Uniform.
Oh, Rasta me. But
so phone.
But if I should offend Shatta, he can hit me hard. He will still make coins off my head without trying taking me to the law court. Or when making me the news, and the news will fetch him. The guy is just smart. Yes. Meji. Or diggy bet twisted.
Okay.
Someone will just take it from you cool without really struggling with you or struggling with you.
Okay.
That's who Shatta is. So, they should just be watchful the way they do their thing.
They can come back.
Yeah.
Now, that statement. Have you seen a teacher driving a Rolls Royce before?
They're emotional.
Huh?
Emotional.
How? Emotional how? I don't understand it. What do you mean by
any way you come from,
because I'm trying to link it to the next thing they posted. The other thing they added. Let me try to read it again. I'm just trying to link it to that. Whether even if we are to make sense with it, whether it can make a link. Where it says that's what Mr. Shatta Wale has said that he does not see any sense in saying that without school one cannot become successful.
It's true.
I want us
Yeah,
to
said that.
And so on that statement is true. You don't need school to be successful.
Yeah. Yeah.
When you say when you better, when you insight to be successful,
Okay.
and you need opportunities. Yeah, religious like I say. You need God's favor to be successful. Until schooling is also part, but the ultimate.
Okay, so then why should they bring in this Rolls Royce thing to make it look like it? Because you see, when you see it face value, if you see this, I've never seen a teacher driving Rolls Royce face value, you insult him.
The point is,
or you have a teacher relative or somebody
right
close
now,
to
You insult him like what do you mean?
right now, when you go online, there are a lot of articles, but I need to draw you to me. So some of these statements or some of these captions, they are just there to draw attention.
No, but some of these captions also call for lawsuits.
Clickbaiting.
Yes, some of because you are doing clickbait, which will also make him look back in the right thinking members of society.
Yeah.
Because Shatta Wale has children going to school.
Their teachers.
Their teachers are really impacting positively on his children.
Yeah.
Now, if I'm a Shatta Wale's teacher and I see this person, me, but to me, which of madam, my baby, you know, okay, it's a bit of Jimmy come by. So some of these
sad teacher. Oh, to me,
oh, we understand, yeah,
and
but you are better me.
At the moment,
on to me talk.
they
On to
teach
me
them
get-
teachers who are enterprising.
and no, on your teaching, no, on the statement, even though it's,
Okay,
it's
Jumbo,
fake,
that
or
was
it is
from
not
there.
true.
Who the casa can
Even though the statement is not true, but the thing is, Shatta Wale who teacher near what Rolls Royce that means so made him home account me who teacher near what Rolls Royce that. I have teachers in my family. Like my father was a teacher, my sister is a teacher. I have teacher friends. Omunto Rolls Royce.
Bicycle.
Oh, and the don't car cry. This is beyond teacher's car. But the point is, the point is, Omunto Rolls Royce, and me who teach our Rolls Royce. And the new statement, you know, may be fake, but I don't even expect Shatta Wale or anybody to do that reference. It's like you are mocking them, or you are saying that teaching is not a good profession, or all those things. So there's no need to even make that statement.
Yes.
But if you are a teacher and you become sentimental and want to drag it, I would say, ultimate Taurus. Me and you. Even
though Shatta did not say that.
Yes, he did not say that. And it is not even a good thing to say.
Yeah,
I'm pointing it out.
Yeah.
But if you are a teacher, you hear this, and because of that, Shatta Made and I won't be there. I then I become make us a froko. Rolls Royce. I will say that because at that point you are being so sentimental about the whole thing. Meanwhile, it's a fact that anybody at all can point it out.
Yeah.
You see, sometimes when somebody point out a fact about you, then it's an insult. No, you my friend say unim say utisu. Na obi beka say utisu a odi do atem. Because logically we can say that but what the person is saying is true. Yes, it is true, but by putting emphasis on it is an insult. You see, so we know that teachers cannot buy Rolls Royce under normal circumstances, especially a teacher in Ghana. A teacher in Ghana here, you cannot buy Rolls Royce with your teaching job. We know that thing. But if you point it out, it's like you are insulting them. So there's no need for you to point it out. But if you're a teacher and somebody says that thing, and just do your thing, move your whatever. But you want to insist, why do you have to say that? Why do you? Then somebody will use that logical argument and say that, so can you really buy a Rolls Royce? That's where it will end. It is similar to what Yaya Boa was doing that Arnold pointed it out to her that, what can you do? Like, if it happen, what can you do? Baby, I don't say it drew her. So the same thing like a teacher. Oh yeah, na jeka entube timi ata we kase. So media ska. They can nya Rolls Royce in teaching. That's the whole thing. So for me, it is not a good. It's not a good thing for anybody to say. Pointing out an obvious thing. When you do that, it is an insult. Automatically, it becomes an insult. But now let's go to what the guys did. Okay. They know that they can solicit for such sentiment. That's why they will use Shatta Wale to do something like that. And it is wrong. I mean, why do you want to?
That's totally wrong.
Yes. Why do you want to push him in a position that will solicit for people not liking him?
To make him look bad.
Like as if he has so much and he's pointing obvious thing to those who cannot do it. It's like mocking them. Won't mean to be, won't mean that kind of thing. There's no need to do that.
Okay.
So for me, I think what the guys did is wrong. What they did is wrong, and we should not, I mean, in any way encourage it.
Okay.
But you see, Shatta in his post said that he will not waste his time to take them to court. Yes, what he's saying is true, but again, he has no option. The point is that if you take them to court, you will not get anything anyway. So why do you bother taking them to court?
Going to pay a lawyer to be going up and down.
Going to pay a lawyer to go up and down, everything.
But in this case, a lawyer will also still advise that he takes it up. No lawyer would be happy to listen to what listen to this position of Shatta Wale. Yeah. If Shatta Wale should tell a lawyer that, oh, I don't want to be taking them on, the lawyer will say, no, I can take them on for you.
Because he wants money.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
See, by any good lawyer will also advise you and say that, no, this one, if you take it to court, nothing will come out of it. That lawyer will also expect you to give him something because the person is advising you anyway. But the best lawyer, the good lawyer who is not just in to just take money from you will tell you that if you take this guy to court, you are not going to get anything, even if at the end of the day they say that you have won the case. Let's even take this Kojo Forest and Bongo Ideas as an example. He took Bongo Ideas to court. Bongo Ideas never entered appearance, but it took 3 years. 3 years for them to declare that Kojo Forest has won the case. And what happened? Nothing. He is not getting anything. After chasing the whole thing without contest, like Bongo Ideas, Makan, let's drag it, let's go here, like no contest. It took 3 years, and at the end of the 3 years, you are not getting anything because the guy has nothing. The only time you get something is when the guy is having something. So the advice that we can give Shatta is that look out for those who have something and saying rubbish. For those people, don't let them go. But for maybe the WMT will do. Deal with them in that direction. But for those that you know that you can get something out of them, for them, don't let it go waste. Don't let it go waste. Because there are those who are encouraging those with nothing to also do what they are doing. When you pounce on those who have something, even though when you take them to court, they cannot do. Some of them cannot even hire a lawyer.
Yeah.
And you know, the name court then. Also, the buy Bongo Ideas will be in the bicycle. Now, police, soldiers, and now whoever obey enforce law, no. Every chase Bongo Ideas, every this bicycle. Now a book a cratching bicycle. The price of the bicycle cannot even cater for the fuel and other resources you need to pounce on that bicycle. So he is having the right mindset, and some people you cannot deal with them in court because they have nothing for you to get out of it, and because again, insult in itself. Insult in its own merit is not a criminal offense.
Okay.
They will only connect it to other crimes like defamation, like inciting public violence,
disturbing public peace.
They have a way of connecting it. But if you take the insult in isolation, it's not a criminal offense. What they normally do is that they will connect it to something. And in Ghana law, there's a law against the fact that you can say something to incite violence.
Yes.
Yeah.
So if you insult somebody, they can say that the way that you have insulted the person may have people that loves him. If you insult that person, those people can be violent and then also retaliate. And disturb public peace. And because we don't want that, they will come for you. So they will find a way of linking it. By insult in itself is not a criminal offense in Ghana.
Yeah.
Exactly. So the thing is that if you have other means of dealing with them, like Shatta Wale using the WNT, MT, no, Omami check policy. He can go that direction.
The whole better teacher was
and deal with them. Shatta Wale WMT. But for those who don't know what WMT means, it means Omami check. That's the policy. So the thing is
those
that
who don't know Omami check.
It means your mother something. So I think he's adapting right approach dealing with the issue at hand. Yes, and I think this is the best. The only negative side for me is that if he sees that the person is somebody that he can get something from, that one there he should allow the lawyers to deal with the person. But if the person is as empty as bongo ideas, then you just have to use WMT.
Okay. Earl, take over from there and let's listen.
The position of not taking them on there, that one is apt, at least for now. However, there are some people that needs to be used as scapegoats or used to make a statement. You may sue somebody who name say and what Chamu will call a hollow victory. But sometimes it is for you to make a statement. It is for you to use them as scapegoats. But then it is also advisable for you to use somebody that you think you can get something from. And here I will even cite the Matankuma and Lewin case. Matankuma knows that Lewin Timin Gas within him.
Okay.
And yet they obey. So only who is say Akrobenian who be. You understand? So in that aspect, maybe Matankuma may want to use Lewin to make a statement.
Okay.
And that may be the focus. So there are some people, as I say, and yeah, Lewin Kwana Waka Sema I am Matankuma from the beginning of her career. There's been so many people who have said different things about Matankuma that she's let go. Everyone morning so Charlie. Where they But there are some people that you would want to use or you are supposed to use as a scapegoat or as a learning material for others.
Okay. So
that this stand there, it is okay for the time being. Or when you consider the people that you are dealing with. There are some people WMT now and fatom. Those people you don't waste time, you go and call lawyer, go share. We na resources now I say they bet no. Who they feed in point at least in Of course. But the other one with the clickbait headline we are in infodemic period. First, gone were the days when journalists were supposed to be the one that when they get information, they are supposed to check again before they put it out. But now, even the consumer self, when you get information, you are supposed to check again before you even consume it. Because one the person giving you the information self may be misleading you.
Yes.
Because look at the headline and look at the explanation that was given to it. You can clearly see that these are going opposite directions. The headline has nothing to do with the explanation. Yes, he is talking about education. He is talking about the fact that he's talking about school. And your school and the more successful. Yes, it's not a guarantee of success. What has that got to do with the teacher?
And Rolls Royce.
Who can buy
and who can buy a Rolls Royce? It has no correlation. But then, they are boom. And unfortunately, there are some people who may be misled by the headline alone.
Now go read comments.
Yes.
People are giving it to him left, right, and center.
In the presentation, the misleading part is what has been boldly highlighted.
Yes.
And that is where the focus would be, unfortunately. We live in that time. That is why sometimes it is good that if you get the opportunity, at least you should also try to counter or give a certain information that may also neutralize. So if by chance somebody comes across this, the probability that they may come across your response may also be there and may neutralize that effect of people also having some misconception about you. But as something dear, you see, I agree with you. Like it is not necessary. There's no need for you to bring such a conversation in the space because it may not have any, it may not bring any proper impact. if we are to go into it, the only thing that will bring would be hurting people's feelings. That would be the only thing. And is that necessary? No. Because Ushemua, yes, I've seen somebody who is selling a check buy Royce. But I've not seen any teacher buy Royce. You see, it is similar to what Jarvis said when she came to Ghana. Man for Bectionary, Shatta Wale defending the people, man for anti-ASEAN. The lady said she was very specific about what she was talking about. That she did not see. You can prove her wrong. Just like this statement is saying. Maybe Chemo is saying he's not seeing some. Me too have not seen some. Shatta Wale is saying he's not seeing some. If you have evidence, you can prove. There is no need, if you want to go into these details, be sentimental about it.
Okay.
It will not help anybody. It will not help anybody. There is no need for you to be sentimental about it. So for me, the headline there, it is very misleading and it is very unnecessary for them to bring this kind of headline. It is very unfortunate.
Well, that is how we are going to look for these people one day. Just as the lady who went to someone's hood to teach her a lesson for writing about her. One day, we'll be looking for these people. We'll call our gang.
Baby mamas.
No, we're not going with my. We'll call with our security. Top. Magical, large, not nice.
Baby daddy be watching.
You go with medical, large, not nice. Yeah, the real killers.
To have meeting with them.
Yes, you go have meeting with them. You pull up on them. If you guys don't stop, you pull up on you guys. And you have meetings with you very, very soon. Now, let's do this finally so we can run away from here. Roland's best friend in the music industry is IEC. A.K.A. A-Y.
He used to be AI, but he's AC.
Oh, so no, he's no more AI.
David.
Okay, so artificial intelligence. At IEC is no more AI.
Yeah.
Now, IEC has said something that has gotten me thinking. When I saw that, I said, hey, how many people are thinking like this? Are you the only person or there are more? Well, I'll take my time, read what he has said. Then I'll come back to ask my people, which kind of world is IEC living in? Maybe his world is something that we have to make sure we also go in. Let's read the story and see what IEC is talking about. The story has been captured on Ghana Web. And it says, focus on craft, not just fame and money.
IEC.
Yes. Chemo has now remembered. I know, right? Focus on craft, not just fame and money. Let's read the story. Listen to the story well. It says, Ghanaian musician Emmanuel Kwadwo Oware, popularly known as IEC, has advised fellow artists to prioritize honing their crafts over chasing fame or money. In an interview with Ghana Web, the grand hit maker emphasized the importance of focusing on. Now, Ghana Web, when you're reading their story, the way they disturb with the ad flows. It's boring, Papa. But at least they have captioned, so they should let us read. You are reading a number. Charlie.
They should have option that people can pay to avoid the ads.
Charlie.
I said 5 CDB. No.
Well, I meant to ask you because somebody. In an interview with Ghana Web, the grand hit maker emphasized the importance of focusing on artistic growth rather than being driven solely on the desire to produce hit songs or gain quick popularity. Now, this is a quotation coming from him. He says, artists should just focus on making and getting better at what they do. That is a better goal for everybody. Instead of making a banger, putting some money in your pocket and getting famous. Hey! IEC says, artists should just focus on making and getting better at what they do. That's a better goal for everybody. Instead of making a banger, putting some money in your pocket and getting famous. Wow. While acknowledging that there is nothing wrong with gaining fame or financial success, IEC cautioned against allowing those goals to overshadow the true essence of music making. The true essence of music making.
He doesn't know.
According to IEC, when money becomes the main motivation during the creative process, it can alter the quality and authenticity of the work. Hey. IEC says, according to him, when money becomes the main motivation during the creative process, it can alter the quality and authenticity of the work. I'm not for Royce, you better to be. Trazako, obey the Hakobi. Oko, I know could Trazako for Munti.
Quality music.
I have quality songs. No, I, you know what? Yes. Oh, come for this key. Because the song is. Is that there is nothing wrong with getting money in your pocket if you shouldn't. But I say it shouldn't take away the essence of what we are doing.
What's the essence
The
of
essence.
being a musician?
Creating good music for people to enjoy,
That's
whilst
the essence.
you go and cry of hunger.
That's the essence.
That's the essence.
Okay.
Or contrasted.
Roland, he's your guy. Talk to me.
Lumba the car said, "Me born your mama, mom for our reason. You really have be a shed them. Yes, you see, coming from AEC, me, I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised because I have been one of his ardent followers, and that's not the first time he's making this statement. Actually,
Okay.
it has been one of the common statements coming from him, so I'm not surprised. However, the advice there, the people that are going to take this advice, if they don't apply enough wisdom, this industry, it will be disastrous for them. You see, the only part that I will agree with him is even focusing on honing your craft and bettering yourself.
So that you can make more money.
Exactly.
Oh, but he says that will not bring.
But the conclusion of his statement is what is where he lost me.
How he concluded it.
Yes.
Okay.
Because honing your craft, improving yourself to make good and quality music there. Of course,
to reflect.
Of course, it is one of the things that you need to do as a good musician, or if you want to be a successful musician.
Yeah.
But what is the end game? What is the conclusion? AEC should see. AEC cannot tell me that he is proud of the people who made huge names in the space but died paupers.
Okay.
AEC should not tell me he is proud of that.
Yeah.
Because those people also made good and quality music. But the ending, are you proud of it? No. If that is the case, then AEC, I would like to book you for an event. Come 14th of June. There is the Father's Day event. Yes, I have an event coming up.
The comedy show.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
I want him to come and perform for free.
Oh, why free?
Eh?
Why
So
free?
simple.
Oh, he's not doing it because of money.
Oh, but you can't tell him how he should harness his craft.
But he's harnessing it. In fact, I don't even want him to harness again. What he's doing, I like it. It is okay for me.
You don't decide the quality that he wants.
The patrons that are coming. No, but he so far.
So he will when he comes.
Now
you
I'm
should
loving
pay
this.
No, but so far he has not said that harnessing your craft goes with money.
him. Yes.
He did not say that.
Yes.
So he can harness his craft. I don't have a problem. But I want him to come and entertain the audience that I have there.
For free.
But he will not do it for free.
Why won't he do it for free?
But getting money from you doesn't mean that he's getting more money or he's focusing on money.
Oh, I can give him money, but not the one that you people are expecting.
No, he will charge you what will not make him be rich.
Or more money.
Yes, or get more money. That's
You see,
what it means.
if that is the case, then this statement should not even be made at all. You know why? Because even the money that he thinks he's charging, that's Chemo would even describe as the one that will not even make him rich. If you mention it to another person coming up, he will shout, "Hey!" Because to him, it is like this. That is how they see it. So why don't you put proper value to the job that you are putting in? Because at the end of the day, it is what makes it the target. Like, that is the target.
I see.
We leave home to feed home. But you are leaving home
to entertain home.
To entertain people outside. For me, I think this mentality is one that I wouldn't encourage. I wouldn't advise anybody. That's why I'm saying if there's anything that I would take from this statement, it will be honing your craft or harnessing it or bettering yourself. That will be the only thing. But the conclusion there, if you don't know and you follow this conclusion, a statement is ringing in my head. If I say it, you still will have a problem with me.
Because you are his person.
Because of what?
It's in our channel.
I also think that this statement can only come from someone who is an independent artist.
Of course not.
Yes, because you cannot work with a label that is looking for money and you are speaking this language. Because you know, to the label, the moment you enter the studio, do you know what they are expecting? What he is saying, don't go and expect a banger. To the label, the moment you enter the studio, they expect a banger.
No, but you see, let's also not create that perception that bangers are not good and quality.
No. That's why he should also not have said that, because if bangers are the tools to look for money, then he shouldn't have even said that, because if it is good enough, it should bring him money. Do you know what he wants to say? What he wants to say is that when he gets into the studio, he's going to do what he likes, what he enjoys as a creative, and not what many would like. That's what he wants to say indirectly.
He's not in the position to determine that. You know why? Because
determine what?
To determine whether like how the people made their songs. Because you see, whether you like it or not, you see the way you said he enters into the studio to do what he likes. It is the same way everybody also enters into the studio to do what they like. Just that no, the difference is that what they like at the end of the day become what people also like.
But now it has gotten to a point that artists, it is not what they like alone, that's what they are doing. That is why now we are writing songs for artists. Because when we write a song for you, it is not because you like it too. Because we want you to go and sing it for it to blow. But then we make money.
But you cannot also tell me that whether they like for them to even sing it, they don't have to like it. You would love it at a point.
That's why I said
you need to like it to do it better.
The statement can only come from someone who is independent.
Even that oneself is arguable.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, Cliff, come through. Let's get what you also have to say.
The statement, no. I wish you would have marinated the two. It can be better. Because yes, do what you say. What he was trying to say is not as no way I'm putting it. He said don't focus on the money. Not that don't focus on the money, but once you are doing your thing, do what you are best at. The money will automatically follow. If you do it well. But when they will be marinating, it will make sense.
Okay.
Once a cousin told me something, maybe or the ideas, but you can't pay, or no, the ideas no bad no. Then I'll be looking at the money aspect. I'll do it for 90. Do you know what he told me one day? I was like, anytime we talk about something, the first thing you talk about is money. So what do you expect me to do? I can't just say do what you have to do, right? And the money will come by itself. To some extent, I've realized it's true. To some extent, I've realized it's true. Tell me why. If you are supposed to do this, just do it. Yes, at the end of the day, whatever we are doing, the end product is money. Yeah, based on whichever profession you are in. Who convert it, but almost can be your focus along the line. You may lose it. You won't get best at it. Do you get it? So do what you have to do, the best within your ability that you are supposed to do. Just do it. And when you do the best, automatically the public or your best will be well appreciated, which will be converted into money for you.
Not really, yeah.
I think
we have some people who are very talented, but they don't know how to monetize their talent. So if you think that if you are good at something you will make money, you will be making a mistake.
No, but when you do
But
your
in
best,
some
when you
context,
do your
it may
best,
happen. So
when you do your best, you attract people to come and tell you, say, this thing that you are doing, it could sell.
With a easy mentality, no, they will not listen to you.
But
Because you are looking at
but
money.
Chemo, understand when
They are looking
the
at the
context
time.
that he's also speaking into,
Yeah,
because
yeah,
he's
yeah.
speaking into
So,
certain context.
yeah.
That
That's what I'm trying to tell you. Say, he should have find a way to marinate the two. Nanka any better. Because me, I also feel say the okano to some extent yampa. And no chance say men focusing on the sikana and I say the fame alone. What will give you the fame? It's your works. What will give you money? It's your works. So if you don't do your work well, where is the fame coming from? So you should put something out. You should do something well. Then for people to acknowledge, that will bring you the fame, that will bring you the wealth that you are looking for. So I feel, okay, maybe in the end, but in totality, whatever we do for money. That one there.
Chemo,
Yeah.
close the show for us for the day.
For me, like the headline, if like to borrow the money's approach, I would say that this advice is bogus.
As the headline.
As the headline, the
Then you
advice
come
is,
to the body.
Yes, the advice is bogus. He is using the way politicians sometimes talk about issues. They will say something that generally people will agree that yes, this is true, but no, they are lying to you. They have their own ideas. They are just giving you something for you to say that yeah, it's true. But obehunu no ma fa chire ye nema fofo. That's what IEC is doing. This is how I see IEC. He is a very talented musician, but he's so focused on his talent that he's not ready to even work with those who can monetize his talent. That's what is killing him. He may not be the one to even monetize his talent, but he's so focused that if you try to monetize his talent, you are focusing on the money too much. Into be US in chain.
Yes.
So the advice is bogus because it's not because what he's saying is not true. I mean, even if you don't have talent, how do you make money? So if you are advising somebody that harness your talent and don't focus on the money too much, what you are saying is that just do your thing, don't look for money.
Yes.
That's what you are saying.
Yes.
Essentially.
They will.
That's what you are saying.
That's what he's saying.
Essentially,
Bro,
that's what
he's saying.
you are saying.
That's why I said you don't speak
Because-
this language to record label.
Be-
Who have invested
because
in you.
you as an IEC, you are a very talented musician, and anybody who has come across you will testify to that,
Of
that
course.
you are good.
Of course.
So don't focus on the money. What do you mean? It's because you can't make money from your talent. There is somebody somewhere who can advise you how to go about it, but you are not ready to listen to those people.
Exactly.
He has issue with people advising him or telling him how they can make money from his craft. So this is the angle that he's coming from.
Okay.
He's looking at the fact that someone who doesn't know thing about music coming to tell I see that Charlie, you see this thing that you are doing. If you do like this, you go make money. He will tell you that you are focusing on the money. What do you know that you are coming to tell me, a talented musician, to do it like this? So if he goes your direction, he is thinking that he is focusing on the money. Meanwhile, you are talented. You are there already. So your focus now should be how to make money from it.
Yeah.
Because if you don't have talent, you won't make money. So telling people that don't focus on the money too much, those who are focusing on the money, they already have the talent. They have it. They are making bangers, they are making money because of their talent.
Exactly.
So harnessing what talent again? The only way that what he is saying will make sense is that he is trying to tell us that if you are not a musician, if the person is not so into music, don't listen to them. Because if you listen to them, you are focusing on the money. That's what he is saying. For you to even get the fame that he is talking about, you should have the talent. For him to be talking about having the money, you should have the talent. You can't just be any body focusing on the money and make it being a musician or entertainer or whatever. No, it won't happen. Some people will come to the industry and you point to them and say, oh, we are not talented, sikano one. Then you na yeti and do talent no who decide talent na is so good na and yanko. That's why even in an award scheme, but then the other person or other people will be saying that the man no, he doesn't deserve it because we are more talented than. No, it goes beyond what you are thinking about. It goes beyond how you want it to be. So if you just want to focus on yourself, like you see, fine, focus on yourself, but don't go and advise people who are making it, who are trying to find a way to monetize their talent, to not focus on their money. For those people, they are in almost so exhibit that talent, you know. The next thing is to find a way to monetize it. We have people like that. They are so good at whatever that they do, but they have thing. Now obi wo or no talent no. I say almost yeah, there's on the person is making it.
Oh, counting cash.
Now after the who envy say or talented no make iska. It's because you are not availing yourself to make money from your talent.
Fact.
And it is not a guarantee that if you harness your talent, if you are so good, you will make money.
Yeah.
That's why ebema you know, advice ne bogus. And again, for those who have dealt with him, will tell you there's a certain ways that he wants to do his thing. If it is not his ways, he will not allow you to do whatever you need to do. And that's where the advice is coming from. It's coming from the fact that there are certain things I see will say, if you do this, you are not talented, so I won't do it. Meanwhile, the person advising is saying that if you do this, we will make money. So he will say that don't focus on the money. That's the advice that I see will give. So for me, it's a bogus advice, and no talented musician should listen to this. Focus on the money, and you will make it. That's it.
Focus on your talent, man. Someone said no talented musician should listen to.
Yes.
Oh my wow! What a way to close it. We are talking to talent, but someone is saying no talented musician should
listen to this.
Well, breaking news. Efia Asantua Singaton could not still get a certificate for the second attempt. Now she's thinking about the third attempt.
I like a reason.
Megani new.
Yeah, she should try until she gets it. Or maybe the focus shouldn't be getting it. It should just be him. It should just be her attempting it.
Every year,
No, she's attempting to get Guinness.
Well, we'll get into the details. We are yet to go read what the report has been so far, what Guinness actually says. She's put out the statement from Guinness. We'll be reading it and find out if she'll be going for the next attempt as well. It has been another great show here on Showbiz Daily, Sammy Flex TV. Special thanks to man like Clifford Barno. He is a general nursing practitioner and observer of the entertainment industry. He joins us to do our thing. In Team Dodi Solomon is also called Chemo, our online manager here at Flex Entertainment Limited. Roland Amate works with Shagzy, Shatta Movement Empire. Roland Report on YouTube and showbizchannelj.com. My name is Sammy Flex. I am your host with the most. AKA the producers, here Flores de Gosh, Sam Tuga, Desert, putting together the pieces. If you enjoy this, share with others, subscribe to us, and let's read your comments. We are advising talented people, but Chemo is saying talented people should not listen.
Not listen.
Oh my word. We'll meet again tomorrow on Showbiz Daily. We're out of here. Bye-bye.
Everybody check now. Check it. Fact check it. Fact check it. Check it. The beat is real. Don't wait, make it kill ya. Get your green select glucometer and check it. Sugar level, check it, check it. Fact check it, check it. Fact check it, fact check it, check it, check it. Green select glucometer. Fact check it, fact check it, check it, check it. Put sugar level, fact check it, fact check it, check it, check it. Fact check it, fact check it, check it, check it. Green select glucometer. Everybody check now. This advice.
advert has been vetted and approved by the FDA.